Ba-ba-da-da. On the dot, he says. Come on in here.
Made it.
I made it.
Came straight from the paintball field. I didn't expect there to be that much traffic.
Usually there's not traffic going this way. He goes, all right. I'm going to make it there on the dot. I was going to text you and just kind of like, I was pretty sure the picture of the paintball field that you sent me was giant.
Yeah.
SC Village Lakeside.
Yeah.
But then the fact that you weren't here yet, I was like, maybe it's not. I wonder if I have to remind him that the show is today. Is he calling in? What's happening here? You can see that our communication over here is top notch. But welcome to the show. This is gonna be a fun one. We've got a packed show, so we're gonna get right into it. I know that you've been doing a little bit of work to get, despite being at the paintball field, to get. We've got move of the event from Pate, Smith, Law, and Major League Paintball Plus. Doing move of the event. Yeah, go up a little bit higher. That's right. We need to be able to see what's all in the background. Guys, as a reminder, you maybe have missed a lot of stuff that's been hanging out here in the background. And sometimes you gotta make sure you can see what's going on. Mm-hmm. Again, we had these waffle. It's pretty hot. It's toasty on. I haven't opened the thing. I've just been sweating in here. I got this air shirt on. It's got the vented mesh back. These are nice. See that?
Yeah.
See that? Yeah. It wicks away the heat.
There you go. Innovative.
Yeah. These are nice shirts, actually. Dropping at the NXL Dallas tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I think your Lords jerseys for your Lords team is here. Oh, unless there's another Lords team, yeah. I just packaged up. They're getting shipped to Mike Hinman. So AJ, if you're here, I think, did you guys get Violence jerseys? I mean, if it was a surprise, my bad. If it's another Lords team, then you guys gotta meet them at the parking lot at SC Village. And figure out which Lords are Lords. Anyway, that's why I was like, oh man, maybe Kyle can bring them up there. Anyway, we got a really packed show today, and I feel like there's something weird about the camera right now.
Yeah, well, it is.
Is it a little too? I think it's way too high.
Yeah,
I think it's way too high. We got to bring that down.
I think it's like a little closer.
It is closer.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I was looking at that screen, and then it seemed.
Yeah, this is us. This is going to be our guests. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, back to the intro. Welcome to Tuesday, and we've got a great show. We're going to break down the NXL layout. We are at the precipice of having 40,000 YouTube subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, make sure you hit that button. I think we're at 39,962. Let's see if we get a 40K. Speaking of which, support the show. If you guys are not already a member, or if you canceled your membership recently, go ahead and renew that membership, baby. Speaking of which, thanks to Fernando Contreras, just renewed his membership at 49 months. Sorry, this is a bad 9 right here. 59. 59 months as a member. Almost 5 straight years. So we got Ed Dizon and him vying for the top spot. Right behind him, Mario Trujillo, 58 months. So we've got a lot of longtime subscribers and supporters to the show. We give away cool gifts. I've literally got a ton. Yeah, you got to start now. We're going to be here for at least another 60 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe longer.
Possibly longer. We got prizes, and when I think Sloan packaged this one up, and I'm pretty sure it's a medal. There's for sure a medal in here. That is a medal.
It's not one that you...
You know what? If it's one that I really wanted to keep, I shouldn't have put it in her grasp. So I'm gonna give this thing to a member today. Could be second place, could be third place, could be first place. Huntington Beach 2003. I don't know what's in there, to be honest. Also, we got a handful of other prizes that sometimes they go grabbed because we don't have your addresses. But if you join the show and you subscribe to the channel, you can win cool stuff like this 15 poster right here behind Kyle's head. Only, I want to say 50 of those, or was it 25, were made, and I'm going to give those away. I'm going to give one away. So that is thanks to Dan Napoli. We're going to give one away to SPICKNSPAN Mega member, as well as they ran 25 of them. So, and there's 10 left. So I'm going to be giving away 3 of those, so that means I think there's 7, as my math is available. There is a link that I'm going to share right now in the show notes. It actually might already be in the show description, but if you guys want to get one of these posters.
Oh, AJ won them from Scrimfest.
Oh, sweet. Well, congrats for winning those at Scrimfest. Great prizes there. I've been giving away some cool stuff. So here's a link if you guys want to get one of these. DanNapoliFilms.com/shops. Shout out to Maui Rockstars. What up, Jesse? Schwartz Gable in the house. We got a lot of. There we go. I just need to make this a little bigger. My eyes aren't, as good as they once were. You want to crack that door?
Yeah,
door
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah. Should have done that. I'm still hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get cooking in that long sleeve cotton. We've got a couple of really cool show guests as well, as we are going to be announcing the Pate Smith Law move of the event. Talking about the layout and thanking our sponsors, BFP Gear and Junior, who's got a question for one of our guests. They also sponsor Question of the Day. They're also great people, Junior and Gina. Junior sponsors Dynasty and PB Fit. So getting a little Texas love in there as well. Also has a store, a brick and mortar store. He's got a field. They do everything is great for paintball. So big shout out to Junior in all the help and support he gives to paintball. The boys from NECTR, always a big fan. If you guys win anything on the show, you are going to get a NECTR puck. It is nootropics, non-nicotine. Caffeine is in there. They've got caffeine-only versions. I'm ripping one right now. I do believe... I know I surf better on these. It's a guarantee. It's scientifically proven. I'm pretty sure that I play paintball a little better on them too. I know Harry loves them. I know a lot of paintball players are using them. Try them out for yourself. There's in there. What did Damien say? Damien, what are those, chubbies? What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's interesting. Damien, you should swing by here if you can. Joey, I'll bring some to Dallas. You're going to need those in the stands. It's going to be cooking up there. Also, I saw it 95 degrees.
At the tournament?
At the tournament. Were you just in Dallas?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. We're all in different parts of Texas.
Friday, but
oh, dude,
Saturday, Sunday was
boiling on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've been to the paintball field in 3 months. It's not over 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's brutal though.
It was a little cool today though. It's like 83.
Oh, there?
With a breeze.
There's a nice breeze out there in San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm into it. Let's see, what else do we got? We've got Gen X Global and the crew over there. Again, their social media is on point. If you don't already follow them, you should. They do a lot of giveaways, and they're just clever, you know. And we've got pods. We got pods going out. As a matter of fact, Jenny Colley, thank you very much for updating your address. I've got your package right here. I was hoping there was a pod in here, but there isn't. But that doesn't mean you can't win one on the show today. We're gonna just open this sucker up, put a label on here. And you got something nice in here, though. What is this? This is a hard item. You might have a shirt. I don't know what's in here. Someone trying to get in there.
Kind of sound like it.
Have you seen the drum set?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen all the rest of the stuff we just got?
Yeah, there's like a broom. Is that for like Halloween?
Halloween,
decoration?
yeah. Camille needed that. She ripped it off the wall. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
there's another. We got another. I don't know if you noticed that there's another AC. Unit right there. Yeah,
nice.
there's 3
so
of them.
there's 3.
We got 3 of them. None
for 5 years.
I should have plugged this one in. I just can't get to the window over there. It would be nice if that thing were blowing on us right now. But anyway,
you have a lot of strollers. It looks like
we've got a lot of strollers, lots of car seats, lots of babies though.
Lots of wooden things.
Lots of wood. Yeah, lots of cabin items that Camille's going to plan to use in our house. Yeah, like doesn't really fit if you ask me. But
your studio's gone.
The studio's completely gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, John or anybody at JT, if you're watching this, I cannot shoot content right now. And even if I wanted to use that table, there's a giant log on it now.
And more wood.
More wood.
More wood.
Yeah. We're going to a rustic theme here in the Greenspan residence. We're gonna go really high altitude, you know, above the pine trees kind of esque look. So. Yeah.
You don't want to put that chair. Use that chair.
I was thinking about it. I'm just not very mobile. You know, like I like to be mobile. I want to be like over here, putting crap over here. I want to be able to come over this way and like put more shit on the ground over here. I just need to be able to be mobile But if I were stationary, then stuff would just stack up around
People want to see the other side. I don't know if you want me to spin it.
Yes, I mean, I don't know.
All right, let's.
Hey, if anybody's looking for, anybody's looking for like a witch's broom, if anybody's looking for,
You thought our side was crazy.
holy moly, all of it. If anybody's looking for an extra extension cord, we've got those kid holders right there. Those things have not been touched in 6 months. If you guys are looking for surfboards, I've got those for sale. I've got a road bike. If anybody in San Diego wants to get into road biking, I can sort you guys out. Camille's a little mad if I sold it, but I don't really think anybody will even know if it's missing in here. There's like multiple shelving units. We're planning on moving in the next 3 months. So Camille is preemptively gathering stuff. She's not purchasing a lot of it. She's just gathering and rummaging. One man's trash is another Camille's treasure. So she's loading up on stuff in anticipation of us moving into a slightly bigger home. So that way we can fill that place to the gills.
Is there more space over there?
There's more space over there. There is not a garage that's this size, though. So I don't know what the plan is. So, yeah.
No garage.
No, there is a garage, but it's not like this. It's not like a habitable. Not like this is very habitable, but like it's not habitable at all. Yeah, we just got a lot of stuff. So actually, one of the things that Kyle and I talked about doing is going out into the out to, I don't know if we calling it Giant San Diego or are we calling it SC Village Lakeside, whatever it is, Todd's new field. And after the event, maybe Kyle and I are going to go out there and do a little like training day / garage sale, where you can buy anything from a wooden broomstick or possibly a Pro Finals MVP plaque or a pair of lots of small and medium items.
So, a pair of 06 dye pants or something, like.
Yeah, we've got Kyle's, all of Kyle's Ironman dye goggles are in the bottom bin down there, along with like a kids extra small dye jersey,
single or arm pads or
lots of left arm pads. Yeah. So we've got a lot of stuff. A drum set, kids drum set. Yeah. Sloan did play the drums last week. Yep, Schwartz Gable, you won medium shorts. So a lot of the things that we give away on the show is one size fits all. But the great thing, right, because the holiday season is coming up, we are a very giving type of show. Lots of philanthropy goes on in this show. So one of the things is like one size fits all. You get it. And if you can squeeze into it, maybe, maybe not. If it's just a hair too small, there's your motivation to maybe, fit into those summer jeans, Or you could just pay it forward, which I know a lot of you guys have, and I really appreciate that. So generally, if we make a Spick and Span shirt, we'll make them all in large or extra large. I think we tend to go on the extra large lately because I know we've been eating. And so we appreciate everybody's support. So if things don't fit you, we apologize in advance. But yeah. Chris Robinson needs a left dye elbow pad in medium. We might have that in here.
Maybe.
Yeah. That third one. So we got this one. Agspam gave us this AC unit. Then that one up there I grabbed from the cabin. And I forgot to grab the window treatment thing. And some guy came from Facebook Marketplace to come buy it. It's a $500 AC unit that's been used 10 times. And I had it for $300. He got me down to $250. And then because I couldn't find the window thing, he was just freakishly like typing on his thing. I'm like, well, how about this, dude? I'll either order you one right now for $25, or I'll give you $50 off. How's that? And he goes,
yeah.
No, I'm good, man. But for 15 minutes, I was like just rummaging around in here, and he didn't say a word. Like he was searching for another AC unit on Facebook Marketplace, found it, and was like, I'm just gonna go buy that one. Yeah, Mix. I say drills and garage sale, fire sale, as they say. So we want to talk about the layout here a little bit and kind of get everybody's thoughts. Kyle and I play each other. I think we play you guys on the second day. First day, second game. First day, second match, like 11 or 12. So we play Infamous first at 10 a.m. and then we play you guys at 12 p.m. high noon in Texas. So my guess is ABJ to the Snake. Yeah, the field. I don't know. I titled the show, was this a boring layout? A couple of people I talked to were like, kind of lacks a little bit. Like a lot of, it's not. it just wasn't, nothing exciting really happened. Like guys got bunkered here and there, but a lot of technical gunfighting down the snake side. It's really hard to shoot guys on the snake side because you have to make one or two choices. You either have to shoot at that can or you have to shoot at the corner essentially. And you don't know where the guy goes. No one can really see where the guy goes unless he goes up and over.
Yeah.
Through that little laydown cut. And it just
snake's
wasn't
always hot.
Snake's always hot. There's always a guy in the snake. We got pants down a lot.
Yeah.
Over there.
I think it's like wait till it's G4, and he's on the
and there's a guy on the Dorito side.
Like that's when there's no one possibly in the snake.
Yeah, and just the way that the Dorito side is laid out, like with the Doritos are great, but then all those other bunkers are flat sided, so they're all exposed constantly. So you have to play the corner edge of them. They're not like there just wasn't much dynamic stuff going on, and some of the points went for a long time.
Yeah.
Like running out of paint, running out of air.
Unless it's a team shot a bunch of people off the break. It was slow.
So,
and if it's kind of slow in practice and come tournament time, because nobody wants to make a mistake.
1-0 games.
Yeah.
I can definitely see 1-0 games happening out there, which is kind of a lame bummer. A little bit of a so average point, minute and 30. And again, a lot of that has to do with it being practice too. Like a lot of people try more stuff. I can definitely see a team going up. If you make all 5 spots, it's really hard to break this field down. You can sit in the snake 2 on the cross and snake 1 down the wire and then get in the corner and like get out of those cans and like be in that little lay down, a couple of guys on the Dorito side and just rip. Yeah, I think PB Fit could do really well in this layout too, because again, lots of very makeable spots and just heavy gunfight. I mean, you can see Cyrus or somebody in that stupid can on the Dorito side just dumping into the snake the entire game.
Lots of bounce shots though too.
Lots of bounce shots also.
The middle was
there's nothing in the middle. Zero going. If you go into that
there's
big
like
brick,
some late game stuff when low bodies, you can blind people out, but
Coach's show said it was a fun layout. Well,
I thought it was kind of fun.
I thought it was lame.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like playing it. There wasn't like. There was some really cool moves. I mean, there's definitely some dynamic moves that you can make based on off the box reads, but at the same time, if it's 5-on-5, it's kind of a boring layout.
Yeah.
I think that's where it is. If it breaks out and it's 5-on-5 and people are playing cautiously, it is going to be lame. And I think that's what's kind of
and the snake side's
kind of fun.
Snake side's interesting too because it's like you can't really see that on the tape, but you can definitely slow the person just by like shooting
just for kind of being down there.
Yeah.
So and then the lack of vision on the snake side is also a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't there's no one that can really see where the guy goes after the can. You need to have 3 different spots worth of eyes all looking at that snake in order to identify exactly where the guy went.
Yeah.
Got to watch Fit play Russians this weekend. Oh, so the Russians played Fit this weekend. Oh, interesting. Huh.
It'll also be interesting too to see how the field's set up at the event, because I think it sounded like the consensus was it was hard to shoot the Dorito runners off the break. But there was that little sliver you could kind of see.
And it just behind that little nipple.
One ball hits the center brick, one ball hits the tower, and then one goes through, and it's a very difficult shot. So when I looked at on the Guns Up app, that didn't look like it existed. So
and that's the other thing. That shot was so small. So the shot we're referring to right now is from the little laydown W. If you sit in the blind zone, you can shoot at the Dorito side, but it's like a sliver in between the giant brick and that left tower. And that tower's worthless.
Yeah.
It's like
maybe you go there and you get stuck there.
Yeah, where are you supposed to go after that? To your death forward? Because you can't go backwards.
To your death in the spot.
Yeah. So lots of things going on.
So you're playing the pin, you think?
I'm going up the middle into the pin, that's for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually not 100% sure where I'm going to play.
Seems like, can we put the layout up on the screen?
Yeah, of course we can. What are we thinking? Do I already have it?
I can screenshot something here.
Yeah, screenshot it, send it over. I think I already have it. I was thinking about that while we were talking about the layout, and I've got it right here actually. Is it? That is not the layout. That's the. Is that it?
Europe.
That's Europe. That looks very similar. Huh?
Close. I can give you a better view here too, where it's like.
Why don't we bring guns up on here? We've got a guest coming on here in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll bring up what we're talking about here, and I'll get this thing going here for you in 2 seconds. Let me just boom. Loading layout.
So let's pass me that stuff.
Yeah, let's go. Let's give this over here to you. Here's this. Here's your thing. Let me put. Let me go ahead and get OS X screen capture here. Let me get you. Oh, here you can just take that. I'll just do it in here. So here, let's grab this. Womp. Oh, here, don't move that for a second.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna come over here.
So, yeah, you can move, or we can actually just
make it smaller.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
So, yeah, get down in there. Are you gonna draw a line right now?
Yeah, I'll draw this first. The one that we are. Well, let me show you this. So the shot that we're talking about. It's
right
like,
there.
It looks like nothing on here when you're looking. But it was almost like you could see like right through this area, and potentially from being in this spot, but also kind of dangerous if their back center decides to put paint over here because he sees you drop low. But even with that like little sliver, it was very difficult to see. This spot also too, it sounds like you want to slow the Dorito side down. You
can just go there, just dump across.
Yeah, and just having paint all in here, and obviously this.
It was a tough one to hold that lane.
Which one?
That long, that distant, that deep lane, because you have to have paint in the air. That's the tricky thing with that one. The one that you just showed, you kind of have to have paint from that, from the little W.
Yeah, I was just kind of drawing like
some zones.
Yeah.
And then who slows down the snake? You got to be in there with him.
Yeah, and this thing too is, I don't know. Did you go up here at all?
I went up there one time and then got my back blown to bits.
I went up there one time. I lived, but it was gonna be back blown up on whatever side I wasn't looking.
Yeah, exactly.
But this too, like in theory, you think that you could come here and just stop the snake run. But the thing is, if you're not shooting your gun.
Well, or if the guy ran out there off the break.
If he ran there off the break.
Or if the can ran in there shooting inside.
But if you're just sitting here shooting, they know where you're at.
They know where you are, and you can get shot in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. A lot of those front spots. I mean, I tried to go to that wedge on the snake side to look Dorito way. That was a great lane, except it's incredibly difficult to run to that thing off the break.
Yeah.
Because the can on the Dorito side is so easy to make that the guy can just walk in there and just tee off on you the whole time.
Yeah.
And if you delay in there, there's a chance that the guy on the Dorito side already ran by your stuff.
Yep.
So, little tricky, I guess.
The one that Ryan's talking about is too, like this guy can. I should have probably better from this side. Like this guy can just sit.
Oh. Whoa. That's when you have broken paint. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. You just sit on this.
Yeah. And the inside cut as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Just watch all this.
Right. So running to that wedge off the break was really tricky to do. But if you pair that with running out to the corner looks inside. That kind of gets you across that zone. But if you're looking inside from the corner and the bad guys are in the opposite corner, then that guy's just rapping and he shoots you running up there too.
Yeah.
Trust me, I did it 2 points in a row, and it failed miserably from each of those guys 2 separate times. So it was kind of like luck of the draw. Let me click on this thing real quick so I can just watch this. Yeah. So.
Was odd too. Like I didn't expect this, but obviously the little rinky-dink bounces from off of this thing to come into here.
So guys, a fast Dorito play is much easier than a fast snake play, in my opinion. A fast snake play, it sounds great in theory, is you got to be the first one to the snake, own the wire, and then crawl around the wire before the other guy gets his gun up and shoots you in the feet, right?
Yeah, because the guy can.
So you kind of need to have 2 guys in the snake in order to do that. But in order to do that, you need to make sure that one guy is so wide on the wire that he doesn't shoot you in the back of the head. I saw that so many times where guys would get in the snake and roll out on the wire and shoot their buddy in the back of the head.
It only happened, I think, like 2 times at our practice, but it's definitely there.
Yeah. And then a fast Dorito play is super easy. You just run over there. Just run all the way to the 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like pretty much free, and then if there's no paint there, it's like...
You just hit it. Just hit it. I think that's my best advice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Back center, shooting snake way off. You shoot off the break. I think you just kind of keep dumping and hopefully catch the guy filling. That little inside W, I saw a lot of people playing it both directions. Tauntauns played at snake way quite a bit to watch over their guy. Yeah, you can play both sides. Those 3 center bunkers, like we said, not a whole lot going on there. Very susceptible to getting shot in the back. And yeah, that thing's hurting. The big brick kind of hurting also. Let's see. All of the Doritos are pretty good, but the wedges are on the flat-sided bunkers are they're flat.
Yeah.
So if you're playing them, it's funny. I always have this rule of thumb when I'm coaching, especially, but like whenever you're in a spot, the easiest way to figure out the strengths and weaknesses, the weaknesses rather, is you just look to your left and look to your right. And as you look to those spots, just see what spots you can see, and if they're bad guy positions, then those are the guys who can shoot you. When you get to all of those wedges, you just look over and you're like, well, there's every knuckle of the snake.
Yeah.
Okay. And you look right there. It's like, okay, this snake can't shoot me, but this one can. And can he get there? Yes, he can. All right. And then that's the next play. Is like, if you don't know, go ask your team. Hey, is it pretty easy to get into the snake 3? Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Right. And then you can even nightcap that with a let me go in when I get to my spot. Let me just look over to my left or my right and see if any of my guys are walking off. If my snake side is walking off, then it's going to be super easy for their snake guy to crawl down and shoot you in the back.
Here's a good view of it too. You can see like.
Yeah. Just flat. I mean, flat things are not my favorite layout. I don't know if it's my least favorite layout, but probably not. I think that maybe that Florida layout a long time ago with that really hard to get to snake with Mouse got the MVP. That was one of my least favorite layouts.
Which one?
It was a long time ago. Florida, when the event before Tyler quit, Mouse got the MVP. I think he might have been playing on damage. No, he was not playing on damage.
Was it World Cup?
No, it was a Florida event 1.
Oh,
someone knows
2021. I think I was on the team, and A-Rod is on the team.
Possibly.
We played Infamous in the finals.
We didn't make it to the finals.
Well, you're not an Infamous.
Who were you on?
Impact.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. You were like, I was on the team.
No,
I was like, you were maybe. You know what? You and A-Rod have both played for the team, so yeah, you definitely were probably on the team.
I think it was 2021 or 2020. But that was.
You were on an Infamous. No shit. What team were you on?
I think it was Impact.
Listen, I've been on one team. You've been on a lot of them, and one of them were mine.
No, it wasn't 2022 because.
Sunshine State. It could have been.
No, because that was
Why not?
Latin Saints year.
Was it?
And we played you guys in the finals.
That field was sick.
Yeah.
That was a fun field.
Yeah. Fun for you guys. We couldn't get balls out of our guns in the finals.
Yeah, that helps. I think someone asked me, Maddie asked me on the coaches and the Major League Paintball thing.
2020 Ironman won.
2020 Ironman won that event, and that was Vegas.
So it was 2021.
Could have been 2023, maybe.
It was 2021.
Got England and Menace. Yeah, he was all right. Axel played on the Dorito side. They were late to get to the field because I think they forgot to book their plane tickets. Fedorov was there. He didn't get there till Saturday afternoon, though.
Oh, dang.
Or Saturday night. Yeah.
Dang.
Must have had a lot of delays. There's been a lot of delays, but I do want to point one thing out before we get our first guest in here. American Airlines finally came through.
What to get you?
Dude, they got me to Houston on time and home on time. That is the first time in all of this entire summer. And I've been flying a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter if you guys want to hear me complain about things. I mean, I complain about a lot of things, but if I want to update my flight information and stuff like that, it's
you want me to send you this other video?
Send me both of the videos. Okay, so we're gonna get our first guest in on the show. We've got a couple of that's not it. I would call them statisticians, but our first one here comes from. Let me accept these things. Save to downloads. Our first guest here. Let me figure out where the NECTR projector is. We're gonna jump him in here. In from England. Coming on in. And
hi.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Greenie. Hold on 1 second. Let me pause the little background. Hey, will you turn your phone sideways for me, please?
Can do.
Yeah, look at that. All right.
Is that better?
That's much better. All right. Fantastic. Can everybody hear him talk? Just go ahead and introduce yourself in case people don't know, or they might know.
Yeah. For people who don't know me, I'm Greenie. So I play both on Lucky 15s in Europe, and this year I've moseyed over the pond to play for Aftermath for the pro season, and exploring the US adventure a little bit.
What were you doing today?
Today, Grayson set me up with a physio. So we went there, and then we've been to the Hollywood sign. We got some food in Little Tokyo, and
wait, back it up a little
back.
bit. Did they like a physio? Like, is everything all right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a bit of maintenance. I'm getting old now. Right?
Yeah. What's it like to go to the doctor? Do they fondle you in England, in the UK, like they do here? They check your oil and everything?
Yeah, it's all the same. You know, it's all the same. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you're all right, because you said you went hiking.
Yeah,
at
we'll
the
be match fit.
Right?
Yeah. We'll be match fit. It was kind of more maintenance. I had a bit of a back injury at the beginning of the year, and Grayson's guy sorted me out. I was kind of going back and checking in more than trying to fix anything this time.
Okay,
so
gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I hit you up because we talked a while ago about having you come on the show, and then I was just literally today like scrolling through Instagram. I was like, dude, I forgot to hit you up because I definitely want to have you come on, and I wanted to do it before the event because you run the Pick and Paintball stuff on Instagram.
I do, yeah. So we got a team of guys, but it's kind of my project that I'm spearheading and trying to put it all together in the background. But yeah, we do the Pick and Paintball stuff. We're basically trying to find a way to bring stats to paintball in a way that's sustainable for the long run, and a place that's engaging for fans to kind of, pick teams and compete against each other. We're all competitive in paintball, so it's turned into quite a beast, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, are you familiar with do they have like the same type of fantasy sports type things out where you are? I'm sure obviously they do because they have the internet, but do you do those types of things?
Do. We have things like football Premier League, like for soccer. It's probably the big one in the UK. Like thousands of people compete on that, and like people get very competitive trying to like top global leaderboards or just beat their friends,
So how do you I guess a bunch of questions, but like let's just start with what made you come up with this idea. Like why did you want to do this?
I'll be honest, so I'm a data guy by trade. That's what I do in my day to day.
Okay.
So I'm pretty good with data, and I just found the whole stats in paintball thing a bit frustrating, and so kind of the past attempts fancy. I thought it should be simpler and easier. So I thought I'd, rather than just criticize on a keyboard, I thought I'd try and throw my hat into the ring and see if I could actually do it. What I've learned, it is harder than I thought it was going to be, but I think we've still ended up somewhere pretty good. And we're slowly working out all the kinks and trying to build out. We started with kill count because that's the one that all the fans want to see. It's probably the hardest one to do. But we started with that because it's interesting, and the main one is like goals in soccer or like points in football. That's the main thing that's tracked. And then we're trying to build it out and bring in other stats so we can start doing things like kills per point or give players like proper data-driven power rankings. All of that kind of stuff is slowly coming together in the background.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I think what you guys are doing, the paintball stats guys, what they're doing, it's something that is absolutely necessary for the league. I know Marcelo and Tyler were talking about bringing kind of that fantasy paintball thing back into the fold. We had the Major League Paintball has the NFT cards where you can kind of like do that type of fantasy play, which is kind of cool. That was as basic as it gets because it's just wins and losses, and you kind of like just if you're winning, you get more points. But take us through like that process. You said it's way harder than you thought, and this is something that Junior from BFPgear.com kind of wanted to know. Also sponsors the question of the day, but he said, "What does it take?" Because a lot of people don't understand this, right? They see a graphic come up and they're like, "Cool, where's I want more," right? Just take us through like the process of collecting this data and the team that it takes. Like this is what. Because our team, we got Joey, we got Junior, we got Mike, we've got a slew of coaches. We got Brad Mon. We've got a slew of coaching staff that like helps collect this data. It's not just like what's going on, like take me through the process and how you guys like what's the size of your team, all that stuff.
Yeah, so for Texas, for example, we're going to have six stats trackers. That doesn't mean that we're going to have six, working all at the same time, but 6 throughout the weekend will be rotating in and out on kind of shifts. And really what we're doing at the moment is we're building it completely off the stream, right? So naturally that means that some kills get missed or some kills are harder to allocate and some kills get shared, right? Because you're like, both of them are shooting at the guy, like well, they should split that. Currently that's our methodology. That's our best go at it. We're working with the league to get more camera angles, but the reason this works really well, and I think is a really good start, like our accuracy rate's pretty high, is you can rewind it. Right?
I see.
So you don't just get one chance to look at it and go, wait, what happened there? You can actually, and it's really key on the breakout actually, which is where a lot of the kill comes from. You can rewind it and you can watch it 5, 6, 7 times. And because we always have 2 people stats tracking each game, you can kind of take one half of the bracket each and you can catch up in between the other sides of split deck. So that's kind of how we're doing it. It's the most basic version of a method right now. But the kind of more complex stuff that I was referring to was the things like building a website, getting the marketing right, getting it out there for people, answering these kinds of questions. And then doing it all live, that's kind of complex in the way we got some data flows that all feed into the site pretty efficiently. So that was quite fun to set up. Yeah.
Was it now?
Well, it was kind of like a little side project that I was doing on a weekend in the off season. So that it was similar enough to my job that I'm good at it, but different enough that it was interesting.
There we go. And so you just have like essentially like a pretty stacked spreadsheet that they are easy to input the data, and then it translates into these.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we build a data entry form for the guys, and then there's a button they click that uploads it all in a way that computers can use, and then it's all automated from there.
Dude, smart people in paintball. There aren't many of you.
I disagree with that. I think that I think there's a lot of smart people in paintball, just in different ways, maybe.
I like this. So I don't think you can see our screen because you're driving right now, but I've got your ASG. So when you pick them, this is a website you can go on and you can.
Yeah.
What's
You can
the
sign up
website
right
is?
now. It's free to use. Pickandpaintball.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, free to use. Picks closed for Texas. It should be sort of midnight on Thursday. So, you don't get to watch any games before you get to make your picks. Maybe the 3-man will give you some clues.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's currently, if people want to check it out, now's a great time because we've got an event. You can go make your picks. You can play this week.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, you got to sign up first. I was gonna take them through.
Yeah.
Take them through everything.
You haven't signed up yet, Ryan?
I have not signed up right now yet. We have
Come
our
on.
own bootleg version of Pick 'em Paintball. It's called Legal Beagle Betting. Less stat. I do use an Excel type spreadsheet for it, which I'm pretty proud of myself for building. But
Let's see that spreadsheet.
It is, it doesn't have any values in there exactly. I run there. It's the whole thing, so I get it. I've got your aftermath thing. First, you're in second place. You're $47,917. This is for the last event. Only 9 confirmed kills. I don't want to say not only because I'm sure I wasn't even on the board for this one. But you could fudge these a little bit and make you make you the top dog. Pad your stats. Get yourself on kind of like.
I think we can all see that I haven't done that. so the numbers don't lie there.
Well, this is the funny thing.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, look, right now there's no prizes on it. There's no money involved. So there's no incentive to do that. I think if this took off and we ended up with tens of thousands of users and it was generating cash, that kind of stuff, there'd be a decision to be made about who runs it or if you keep playing at the same level at least.
Yeah, one thing, like you said, I think that what you would need to transition to if this thing were to blow up to a monetized kind of situation, like if you partner with KIRGO or if you guys in Major League Paintball or the Paintball Stats guys, because they're boots on the ground at those things. If you transition to that, I think you need to have boots on the ground, right? Because you can't have these like, I think this guy shot this guy, right? Even when we were doing it with the fantasy paintball back in the day, it was always pretty funny. Like, who shot that guy? I don't know. I give it to Oliver, or like, oh, Marcelo shot him, like, and it's like, I don't know. Greenie pays the bills. Just give that one to Greenie. And you go back, you're like, guys, I had more than 9 kills, all right? First thing in the meeting today I got more than 9 kills, right?
No, and I think there's something to be said for boots on the ground tracking, but I do think, you look at something like this. So a couple of my mates at university, right, put themselves, not through university, but they made extra money doing stats tracking for, at the NFL or the NBA or Premier League. A lot of that stuff is done virtually on a stream where you can pause it and you can like watch it over and over again and make sure you get it right. There's pros and cons to both approach. If you do it live, you can stand wherever you want and view whatever you want. But you only get one chance to actually see it.
You're right.
If you do it virtually, you might have 8-9 camera angles and you could look at all the camera angles and go, was that a sack or was that a half sack? Or was that a 30-yard pass or was that a 27-yard pass, right? Which can sometimes be distorted when you've only got one view and only got one chance to look at it. So
very good point.
I think you kind of want a bit of both. I think having some boots on the ground to confirm rosters would be extremely helpful right now. That's probably our biggest challenge, event to event. People with different jersey numbers or changing markers halfway through a game. Like, I say that their loader numbers are different. Like we got a whole spreadsheet on headgear right now. So it's some boots on the ground for that would be a little bit more helpful. But I think with something like the breakout, for example, unless you're going to put 12 people on a field to track the stats, like using some sort of video feed is a really efficient way to do that.
Yeah, and we talked about it with I've talked about it before with them and using more robust ID cards because essentially if you've been skiing before, right, where you get your little RFID pass and there's no more humans anymore. There's like one person looking at a little scanner, but you just kind of scan your way onto the field or into the ski line. And they could easily do that with a geotag and a geofence, and I've actually kind of given them a proposal about it. But what that does is it makes stat tracking just like this super easy, right? Because all I need to do is have a ID card on my person, and when I walk through the net, or if I get close enough to the gate, I'm automatically on the field, right? So that's something that I think we can move towards at some point in time with relatively low cost, to be completely honest. But like that would help obviously everybody, because then you can kind of like, and then the NXL can provide that data to anybody who wants to put this in, whether you guys or Play the Game does their fantasy paintball, or the paintball stats guys. You know, everybody could have access to this data, so you know how many points everybody played. And then the other thing, you know, like it's so hard to track a lot of these stats, especially. I'm sure, I don't know if your guys have given you any feedback. I mean, were they always familiar with?
We've got feedback aplenty, from the pro community,
Right.
Yeah, we've got lots of feedback. A lot of it, I would say, to the pro community is like, this is really cool. Thank you for trying. Like, I understand it's tricky. Some of my kills. Like, that's kind of what we tend to hear.
What do your buddies, what do your mates say about it over there? Because obviously, if they've worked, you got guys that have worked for the NFL, the NBA, Premier League football, and then they're watching this, and they're like, dude, I don't know, like, how do you even? There's one ball, or they're tracking like one set of stats, and you can follow that ball. Like you said, there's multiple camera angles, so you're just kind of like, and most of it is playing that around. The play is all developed around where the ball is, right? The half sack, the block, the punt, whatever it is. What do your buddies think about the chaos that is paintball?
So they're all data nerds. So their first viewpoint is, well, kills is a useless stat anyway. Like if I was going to evaluate performance.
Oh, really?
So, which I don't think is they want to look at things like, the biggest thing they want to know is who's on the field on each point versus the other team, and then you could create almost like an elo system. So like, does the Ryan, Blake, Arturo line match up better against the J-Rab, Kirill, Malloy line than the, you know, Yosh, FRAIGE, Oliver line, you know, that kind of stuff, which is really interesting and something I definitely want to put in. They're really impressed, I think, with how far we've got, how quickly, especially in terms of the site and the interactivity of being able to, like, you know, play with the stats. Obviously a long way to go there still. Like, we've got a big list of things we want to do on the site, but you know, it works. That's a start. I think, to your point around, like, you've got a ball to focus on in other sports, I think that's true and that isn't true, right? Like, you've got things in the NFL like pressures or blocks, where you don't necessarily have to be right next to the ball. And so it isn't an unsolvable problem. The trickiest part about paintball is you can't always see the paint, right? And if you could see the paint, that would make things a lot easier. So the 3-man was actually quite good for that.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
The ESPN 3-man, we did stats track it, but truthfully, it was so fast that we didn't think we were accurate enough to put the data out there for people to look at. So yeah, I think they're all solvable problems. I think it's one of those things where you just got to keep at it and keep chipping away at the next thing that comes up. And then eventually you end up somewhere where you're like, okay, this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. And, you know, most sports stats are in the 95% accuracy range. And I think we can get above 90 with this. But yeah, there is a bit more chaos than maybe some other sports would kind of present.
Yeah, that's interesting that your buddies are like not as enthusiastic about the kill count, right?
Well, you think about it, Ryan. Like, you might go on this layout, for example, go to a certain bunker and just shoot a zone the whole game. And if no one runs through it, you don't get any kills. But that's still a very important job.
Without a doubt, I tell that to kids all the time, right?
So the snake guys, it's probably a great stat for snake guys, but the back guys, you might want to stat on like how often does the other team get to the 50? Like, that might be a better stat for the back guys.
So where do you see this going then? So right now you're only tracking kills, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
currently.
What's your next goal on here for adding? What's your next metric that you have planned?
Yeah, so the big things we're trying to do right now is there's some bugs on the site that we want to work through.
Okay.
That's kind of the big thing that
You don't
the
have a
big thing that
photo.
we're putting our focus on. We kind of are trying to work with the league to kind of feed our data into them live, because I think we're the only people doing live stats right now. And if we can do that, we can start getting some of the stuff up on stream, which would obviously help Maddie and team create the storylines. And then we're hoping we can get the kind of extra camera angles off them. And if we can get the extra camera angles, then we kind of want to start adding things like points played. And if we have points played on a raw format, so point by point, we know who's played every point, we can do a lot with that. We can start doing those kind of power rankings. You can start doing, matchups. You can start doing kills per point, all that kind of stuff. So adding one extra metric can add many degrees of complexity in terms of the kind of stats you might want to look at. So I'd be quite excited to get that kind of sorted out. We just need to figure a way that's easy and efficient for us to plug it into the system we've built.
Kyle located another bug, and that is that you do not have a picture of me on there.
Yeah, I know. We took that off, Ryan. You didn't get your photo taken this year.
Oh, you didn't.
No,
You
we got
didn't.
it the same. Look exactly the same as I
There
have the
we
last
go.
10 years. We're in the same jersey.
No photo, Ryan. If you don't get a photo, then you don't get it on the site.
Dude, Tyler Harmon didn't get a photo either, huh?
Yeah, no. You're right. You did have a photo at the beginning of the year. There's something definitely going on the back end with the photos.
That's funny that you knew that I didn't take my photo
But Ryan,
this
you
year.
did not get a photo this year. Tyler did.
I don't even think I got an
manually
ID
go
card. I don't
through
know.
them all and upload every.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. Where are you staying right now?
Staying at Grayson's.
Okay.
So just on our way back to his.
Oh, is he with you right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
Coach Lucky 15s in the background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, dude, just because you're breaking up a little bit here.
Do you think we're back?
Well, you were there and then you lost
Yeah.
again.
Must be a cell outage up there.
Yeah, LA's got terrible reception. I think some unhoused people may have gone in to grab the copper wires. From
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Now you get double us.
Now you get to see us twice.
We just reverse sides this time.
Well, oh yeah, that's interesting, huh? Wow. Why is that?
That's kind of trippy.
Super trippy. Well, what I was gonna say is, I think this is cool. I think that the more stat kind of things we can get, the more engaging paintball is as a whole.
Yeah, and this website's cool.
Yeah, the website's cool, man. If you go to pick'empaintball.com, you're gonna be able to. Oh, what's this thing that I just lost? You'll be able to see what he's got cooking. You kind of build a team around it. Obviously, no prizes yet. Not like Legal Beagle betting, where we have cash prizes and punishment for first and last place team. Who got last place in the last one?
I don't know. I feel like we haven't done it for a couple of
We
nights.
didn't. Two. I think Damien was the last one to lose or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually won the last one.
But yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I crushed it actually.
Was that Atlantic City or Tampa?
It was Atlantic City, I think was the last one we did.
Yeah.
Well, we got the Legal Beagle guy over there. But again, I think what these guys are doing, and we've got the paintball stats guys coming up next as well. I wanted to get both of them on because I think it's cool what everybody's doing. It would be sweet because again, right now everybody's kind of like you said, collecting data.
Yeah.
We're just grabbing data. Like we're gonna hold on to the data. We've got it. We can use it for social media. But man, it's arduous work. Like he said, he's got a team of was it 6 guys, stat trackers rotating and watching, and that means they're watching the entire webcast, pausing, rewinding, trying to figure out who's shooting who, and that's why when you see some of the stats, it's like you only shot 9 people. Well, you usually shoot more than 9 or 10 or 12.
Yeah.
But that's all you can really see, and it has to be confirmed, right?
So those are confirmed.
Yeah, and sometimes like if you're both shooting somebody off the break, 2 guys shooting the same way off the break or something like that, you know, then they'll probably give it to. That's why you get a half a point. Oh, hey, you're back.
I'm back. We just pulled up to Grayson's, so I might jump back in 2 minutes if that works for you.
Yeah, cool. That'll work. Just jump on in.
Give me 2 secs.
All right, cool. So again, it's something. You know, Maddie, we've all talked about it. The more content that we can have, the more engaging paintball is, the more legitimate it is, right? If you just have just us two yahoos rambling and we're the only paintball media thing, people are gonna be like, it's not a very big, cool sport.
Yeah.
But we've got, you know, since us and PTG, there's been like a numerous other shows. I mean, that have popped up. Yeah, 4 or 5, and there were already a couple prior to all that. Yeah. You know, Matt the Gym Rat has his long form stuff. Ronnie D-Zone has his long form stuff. Verbal's got his long form stuff, mainly about Paintball Fit. But everybody now is jumping onto this bandwagon. Yeah. And of media presentation, and it's huge, right? The next one, or one of the other things that we need, are stats. And these guys, both Greenie and the guys who have coming up next, are reviving something that was really cool and lost in paintball. I think the paintball stat, or what was it? What was the fantasy paintball before that Cena used to run? What was that called?
I thought it was just.
Was it just fantasy paintball?
No. Fan wagon.
My fan wagon. Oh, you're still here. You just keep popping in.
Yeah, sorry. We have great signal all the way through the Uber, and then we get back to Grayson's and it just disappears. So I'm good now, though.
Yeah, the My Fan Wagon was super cool, actually. I think they had a ton of stats, and they had those big platforms on each. There's 4 people watching the field at all times, counting those stats. I think that was
Paintball Access.
Paintball Access, but it was My Fan Wagon was the website. So Paintball Access, Paintball Access was the webcast.
The stands, though, in the corners, I don't know if that was My Fan Wagon.
Well, Cena kind of ran it all because he ran Paintball Access, so he got to have on-field access, right?
But that's really what we were trying to emulate, though, because I remember playing that as a kid, and it was so much fun. Now, you know, we're working up towards it in phases. You know, you mentioned he had loads of stats. We're going to get there, but we thought we'd start with the hardest one. You know, get that one solved.
Yeah, and Doc brought up a good point. Stats make everyone, whether you're new or you're old, you're able to track everything, right? The whole thing's trackable at this point. Because, like you said, so the ESPN show is a great example. Like, I know what I'm doing in paintball for the most part, but I had no clue what was happening in that 3-on-3. Like, it was so fast that it just.
Oh, for the ESPN.
Yeah, the ESPN show, and so. But if you were able to add stats to this, obviously it would be very difficult. But afterwards, or even like, you know, within an hour of all that, you'd be able to see it and be like, oh, okay, I'm kind of getting this a little bit more. This makes a little bit more sense. So, definitely something that we absolutely needed. And then you said again, just because you kind of broke up, but like, what's your next couple steps that you're looking for? What's the next stats that you want to track? I think with the wins, losses, ones, and survivability, all that stuff.
Yeah, so the next stat we want to track is points played, but which the NXL does, but they don't share it at a point-by-point level. If we have it at a point-by-point level, we've got a lot of plans on how you can use that data. So you can build sort of data-driven power rankings. You can give players ELO ratings. So, you know, if you go out there as a, you know, let's say underdog team and beat the overdog team, you know, the favorite, you get more points, right? And there's all sorts of formulas and algorithms out there you can use to quantify that. It's kind of those that have played kind of video games like League of Legends, or those that play chess will be very familiar with things like ELO systems. And there's no reason you couldn't bring that to paintball if you had the data inputs. So that's the kind of, just by adding points played, you can add loads of complexity to the kind of stats that you can present back into the kind of community.
Getting I guess the most, I'm trying to think, how do you speed up the stat tracking? So how long does it take? What's the downtime between when a game is played, when are you able to produce the stats from that match?
About 2 minutes.
Oh, really?
It's live.
Oh, okay.
More or less, yeah.
So I thought you said it was hard for you guys to track it live.
Points played is tricky at the moment for us, but the kills we're doing live, I think if we could consistently get the start box camera angle from the league, then we can do points played live as well.
And points played are just because it's so hard to figure out who's who.
Yeah, and you don't always see everything, right? So you might, for example, see one team's breakout, but you don't see the other team's breakout, and their snake guy gets shot on the break and just goes straight off the field. And I was like, who's that guy? So, and that's, I think people are kind of on board with the like confirmed kills. I think people understand that sometimes you don't even know you shot the guy when you play paintball, or you don't even know who shot you. So I think people are kind of on board with that. But I think when it comes to things like points played and which points, that we should be looking for sort of a 98, 99% accuracy on. So I'm a bit pickier about the levels of accuracy we get to on that before we start sharing that out publicly.
That makes sense. I mean, I appreciate that, right? You don't want to produce a product that isn't.
Yeah, so we spoke to Marcelo about this quite a lot. This collecting stats is quite a big responsibility, right? There might be coaches at the end of the season that go, well, your stats weren't good, so you didn't get a roster spot next year. And that's someone's dream that they've worked decades for. And, we would hate for that to be the case because we made a mistake. Now, if that's the case because they genuinely didn't play good, that's a different story. But we want to make sure we get stuff like that right. And we know that kill count won't be the only thing that coaches are making decisions on. And we also know that most people are bought into the fact that we can get pretty good accuracy on it, but we're not going to, you're never going to be able to track every single kill. It's about what percentage you're getting. So that we're always looking to improve. But I think most people are bought into the idea that 100% is just going to be really tricky.
Sure.
You might not catch 100% of holding in football, right?
Of course. Yeah, you see it. They miss it on all those things quite often. And you know what? It is
every play.
yeah. And it is important too, right? Like you said, and that's actually a really good point too. It's not just from gamifying everything, but from the point of view of like a coach's standpoint, right? If you're coaching or I'm coaching a team and I'm like, well, I just don't know. I haven't seen much out of that guy, but I've got a stat book in front of me that says, he survives. His survivability is X. His kills during points are Y, and this is Z. And that's why when we created the Combine in the several iterations of the Combine for the last 10 years, we were looking at these things, and we always joke about how the process went with that. When I first went out to the Combine like 10 or 15 years ago, I was like, all right, well, so what do we do? And they're like, oh, we just do these drills. And I'm like, okay, well, how are we creating these for the coaches that are out here? Because the Combine originally started at Boston Paintball, and during the winter time, the beginning of the season in February, we'd go out there and all these players would go and all these coaches from teams would go and we would grade these players. And I'm looking at the things and I got Damian Ryan is putting like smiley faces, a check mark and a minus and like an X. And I'm like, what's the quantifiable value here? And then like Nikki Cuba had plus, star, and it's like star plus and star minus. I'm like, what does all this mean exactly? And how do these two things, like how do these systems grade? So when I go over to Coach Kyle and I'm like, yeah, Greenie is pretty good. He's got a handful of stars and some smiley faces. Like that's how it used to go. And then I developed the program with the quantifiable time and metrics, because the idea was, or is still kind of, that coaches can go and look at someone's report card from one of these combines and potentially pick them up. And it would be great if we had something like that for pros too. Yeah. Like you said, if we could get these stat things, because then again, someone like myself who doesn't watch every single game out there, and I'm like, is that guy good? I don't know. Is he? You gotta rely on guys like yourselves to produce the stats and everything. What up, Grayson?
Hey man, I was just checking for ghosts.
Yeah, I believe it. You're it looks like you're in a spooky place right now. It's all blurred out in the background. It's probably safe to blur out the background in Grayson's house. He's got a lot of expensive artifacts in there. He's got a lot of artifacts.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to interrupt really quick and say hi. I'll catch you guys in a few days.
Yeah.
But Greenie's the man. He's the man for the job. Love what he's doing. That's why he stays here. Otherwise, I'd kick him out.
Yeah.
And I haven't told them about the I hate Ryan Greenspan poster that's just there.
Is that why we're blurred out? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy that it's a poster.
It's a big X.
Yeah.
The
The eyes are X'd out.
There's enough people talking about the Proton Pack still. I asked them really nicely to just not show off any other parts of the house. So
Probably. Is it creepy staying at his house?
What?
Nah, Grayson's a dream. You know, I wouldn't
Grayson's
be making the American dream work without Grayson's support. So
all right, thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he lives in LA. Is it as scary as everybody says, or is it kind of just like England?
No, LA's fine. It's much more expensive than England, though. That's what we're learning at the moment.
That's what we're learning at the moment.
Yeah. Getting around LA is not easy compared to London. That's for sure.
I'm surprised that you finished your hike and you made it back to his house at like right around rush hour traffic, and you're not just still sitting in the car.
Well, we kind of expected the hike to the Hollywood sign to be longer, but it was kind of like, there it is. It was and then it was like 5-10 minutes, and then just turned back around. So we bought all this water. We were well prepared, and then it was just like we haven't. To be honest, like we've kind of mostly been hanging out. We've been to a Dodgers game. We went to see Oasis. That was quite fun. Seen the Hollywood sign. Went down to Santa Monica Pier. Like, we've done some fun things, but we haven't kind of like rushed headlong around the city yet.
You're probably not missing too much.
Yeah.
I remember I'm like, I can't wait. I want to go see Hollywood. I was like, what? I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, dude. It's gnarly there, man. It's the Wild West for sure. I don't feel comfortable there. But and for those of you guys who are just tuning in,
I live in London, so
yeah, true, right? A bunch of people are just tuning in. For those of you guys who are just tuning in right now, this is Greenie. Plays on Aftermath and Lucky 15s. He is also the originator and runs Pick'em Paintball, which collects stats on players, and there is a fantasy type. I call it fantasy paintball, right? Is that what we call it?
Yeah. We're trying to avoid that word because we don't know if we're allowed to call it yet. But yeah, it's similar.
What do we call it? What are we calling it?
Well, I've called it pick and paintball. You know, you pick teams and compete against friends. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're picking paintball. Yeah. So you pick your teams based on, you get a budget, something similar to what you would consider maybe fantasy paintball, but it's called Pick'em Paintball, and it's pretty cool, very intuitive, and stats are updated live on here. With a team, and the whole team's out in England.
They were. One of our guys was doing his gap year from Australia, so now he's back in Australia. But it's pretty much Lucky 15s. One of the guys from Firm, and those are the guys in the stats. So they know their paintball. We were pretty clear that we wanted people who actually could watch a paintball game and know what's going on, as opposed to kind of average Joe. Mm-hmm. And actually, it works quite well having European pros do it, because normally the people who know what's going on will be playing the event, whereas these guys, they're stuck at home, didn't get a flight over, so they can help out here.
Sweet. Well, awesome, dude. I appreciate you coming on. Good luck this weekend. Where are you playing on the field?
I'll be in the Snake Side. You know,
Snake Side.
It's the only place I'm decent on, so watch out.
There's like 3 people that are on the Snake
Side.
So
you
like
got it.
Two spots that are not over there.
60% chance that you're going over there.
We're going 5 snake.
May as well. Put one guy in the can, the rest of the guys across the field. What do you think of the layout overall?
I think it's fun. I think depending on how teams want to play, you have to make choices, right? So if you understand the choices the other teams have made, you can work around those and make progress. If you don't have a good understanding of what the other team's trying to achieve on the field, you might stall out your offense a little bit. That's kind of my read on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think when we were kind of racking our heads about like, why didn't this game plan work, or why didn't that game plan work? I think overall it comes down to the overall intention, and if everybody's like, we're doing this, like this is the game plan, right? It doesn't matter what 5 spots you can go to, because essentially you're going to end up in those 5 spots anyhow. But it's kind of, are these guys going there to control and push the snake, or we're going to go down the slow the snake and push the other side? Because if you do all of it at the same time, you usually fumble the ball. I think is something that ends up happening. So
you got to pick and choose where you put your resources, and hope that you figure it out before the baddies do.
Yeah, that's what it always is. The baddies.
Yeah.
I like that one. No, that's absolutely right. I think that's kind of like just the name of the game and just in life at this point. Just figure it out before the bad guys do, and you should be good. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Guys, go check out pick'empaintball.com. Pick your team. Even though for some reason they couldn't find a picture of me, I am still playing this one. Maybe snap a picture of that.
I thought it was a
poster.
good picture of you, just a silhouette.
Snap a picture of the poster that's on Grayson's wall of me, and then just upload that.
Ryan, I look forward to seeing your team on the site. We'll see how you do.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Are you
See you guys.
All right, later. All right, cool, guys. Yeah. So, again,
I heard Victor's. I forgot to ask him.
No, that's right.
Victor's helping him out.
Coaching SD Aftermath. I forgot to mention that part too, but I heard he did really well. I talked to Victor. Nice. I talked to somebody else who was out of the field. They're like, "Oh, dude, Vic's coaching Aftermath. That's pretty cool."
Nice.
So, yeah, and guys, that was Greenie from Pick and Paintball. He's been just kind of. It's like, hey, I think this is something, like he said, he played fantasy paintball when he was younger, loved it, and wanted to bring it back, and has obviously some friends who know what's going on with tracking stats and stuff, which is very important, and he's got a data job, so data-driven job. So you need those types of things if you're going to be able to create spreadsheets. See, I don't even know what's going on. A little crooked.
Well, you're just a little. You were a little.
Yeah, I was
hanging off the screen there.
Over. So next up, though, before we get to our next guest, we're gonna have the guys behind Paintball Stats, who are actually live and boots on the ground. So it'll be neat to compare the two of their methods, I guess you'd say. Kind of game planning and what the next steps are and where the evolution is. And we should have asked Greenie, and we'll get him on again at some point in time, but. Trying to figure out exactly what the best way and how to film paintball, right? I think this is the age-old question at this point on what everybody's trying to figure out is what do we need to do in order to film paintball and make it more watchable and easier to watch. So, and yeah, things are makes it more legitimate. All of this stuff that we do makes it more legitimate. That's absolutely right, Doc. Thank you. Thank you for that. Also, I do want to talk, and don't let me forget, because I know we do. We've turned into a bit of a advice on movies and shows and stuff like that. So I've been watching the show that you recommended about the Yellowstone. No, sorry, the Uncharted. Pretty good, not bad.
Uncharted,
Untamed. Alien Earth still up there. Foundation up there. And I watched Superman just recently.
I watched that last night.
That was...
It was kind of fun. I like the dog. It looks like Hannah. It reminded me of Hannah.
He did remind me of Hannah. I don't know if that's why I liked
Just
the
way
movie.
Stronger.
Way stronger.
If Hannah was like strong as that dog, you'd be in trouble.
I have so many reasons why I didn't like that movie.
The AI...
And it's getting worse and worse and worse the more I think about it.
The AI was a little too much. How about the ending when his cousin, the girl, comes in?
That was
She's
the dumbest thing. Hammered.
She's hammered.
Yeah. Oh, she was on a planet with a different sun. Like,
she can get
drunk more hammered. Easier. That was the dumbest. Like it just could. Like the movie couldn't have gotten dumber.
And the guy with the
green
kryptonite.
Lantern. Oh yeah.
That pulls out of the hand.
That was Joe Barrett.
And then he saves.
Yeah. And he was like creepy with the boat
out. And he's just flying around with his jetpack head.
And then he's like carrying his baby off into the pocket universe.
A little green baby.
God, did anybody else here watch Superman while we're waiting for
Ducky did. He said Crypto.
Ducky.
I think if Crypto the dog wasn't in the movie, it would have been real bad.
Or the assistant at the Daily Bugle Planet.
Oh.
She I don't know why she was in the movie. It made no sense whatsoever, much like the rest of the movie, but she saved the movie.
She was a good addition.
She was a good addition. I was like, wait, whoa.
I was like,
what was she doing in this movie?
She knew more lines in the movie.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if that's the case. It was Joel. Then you didn't get to the.
And then I don't know.
And then the slow motion jumping scene in the end, like. Again,
Yeah.
super inappropriate and unnecessary, but they were like, man, this movie sucks. What are we going to do? Let's have this blonde chick jump up and down in slow motion.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a bunch of monkeys they released.
I didn't think it would be that easy just to clone Superman also.
Right.
He's like just like you, but way more
strong and dumb, but dumb. Yeah. Stronger but dumber. Huh? What are you talking about? And he was just got worked in every scene. Every scene he was just getting his ass kicked.
Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I was like, dude, this doesn't happen.
And then they're like looking out the window in that one scene. They're like, oh no, it's just this jellyfish. Like they got it.
Yeah. I didn't understand too why he never used his laser eyes. Like he'd be getting beat up, and then they would just be like crushing him with the laser eyes.
Yeah.
Like why don't you use your laser eyes?
It might have been Marvel equals terrible. Yeah, okay. It might have it was bad. It was bad. And maybe we'll get back into it here in a second.
Monday Night Football game was good.
I didn't watch it.
Oh.
Yeah. I went to Fit because I to go in the
cold?
to do a cold plunge. My kind of jacked my knee up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Sloan swam in the pool 7 laps.
On the big side?
The big side.
Like
back and forth.
Whoa.
Yeah, she took a floaty 2 times because I went into the sauna and I'm like, I'm not gonna I can't swim on that many laps.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll just grab onto the thing. She's swimming. Just like she just swims it back and forth.
Dang.
Dude, dang is right.
Man, you probably came right after me because I left the gym at 4 or 5.
I think I got there at 6:30.
Oh.
So it was
but I did the cold plunge and it was real cold yesterday.
It was really cold last night.
It was real
cold. I did it today and it was like, I was like, man, this is kind of like nice.
Yesterday, I put
it was
the
so cold.
I think it was 39.
Yeah, it was so cold.
I did 2 rounds of it.
I did the third round. I just knelt in it because I just needed my knee to get in there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know it's cold when your toes are like, they feel like they're
my fingers were getting numb and they were outside of the tank. That means that my fingers are saying,
I just go up
body, you're going to die. So we don't need these fingers, and they started pumping blood to my heart.
Luckily, they didn't fall off.
I thought my fingers might have fallen off. Luckily, it was only 3 minutes.
So you feel good after.
You feel great. Yeah, you want to know why? Because you're not dead, and your body's like, we're not dead?
Let's party.
That's the reason that this stuff's so good for you. Again, we're not scientists,
like
but
the frog poison.
It's exactly like the frog. I was just about to bring that up. Yeah.
Happy birthday to Oliver Lang too.
Yeah. Yesterday. Actually, it was 2 days ago in Bali.
Oh.
But yeah, I texted him. He never got back to me. All right, we're going to get our next guests in here. We've got, on the other side, in boots on the ground, we've got Pat McKenna and the always well-dressed and just looking good, Sam Monville. Always looking good. You guys might be muted right now, I think, but you guys have one of those really cool cameras. There it is.
In the conference room?
Hey, can you guys hear us?
We can now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice of you guys to house an unhoused person also.
Yeah, we got
we were just talking about that. LA's got a home for you, sir. If you don't need if you need a place.
Much money there.
Well, good to see you guys again. It's been a couple days.
Yeah.
day and a half.
Peace word.
So we actually, not sure if you watched the beginning of the show here, but we just had Greenie on from Pick'em Paintball, and it's kind of cool to get the different perspectives because he does everything. All of his guys are watching the webcast, while you guys are really boots on the ground. And I know we've had you on the show before, but I really want to talk to you guys about the method, the amount of work that goes behind it. And then again, Junior from BFP Gear wanted to know just kind of your next steps, what you guys have planned for the future and what you guys are going to utilize this data for. Because it's great. I think what you guys are doing is awesome.
Yeah, Sam, start us off.
So realistically with it, like moving forward, it's kind of, I'm trying to do the most realistic rating for an individual player's performance. What they actually did on the field, where I love everything Mike Greenie's doing, but as he said, like kills are so hard to capture. And so I was just like, I'm not going to, this can be a down the line, but I want to perfect the individual performances. So now moving, right now we do how many positions did you go to off the break? Well, now which all of that is equated into in a rating, which is all predicated on every little thing you did. Did you run and shoot? Did you, Brian, if you're going to shoot from the back center every single time, do you think if you did everything identical as somebody else, but they ran 5 different places and played 5 different bunkers off the break, your rating should be as high? Mm-hmm. It's the risk should be taken into account. So things like adding true metric to, we have a grid for the field. Now, do we use the grid as that many feet as a part of an algorithm to go into how much risk they took off the break to the point association that they are awarded for taking it? Do they lose points? Where this year's rating system, I've really tried to get everybody can have a rating. It is no longer, before it was like if you only played so many points, we didn't put you in, which unfortunately in part of the algorithm, it refers to people as time burners.
Oh, interesting.
It literally, if you played 5 points and there was 0, all of them were no points, did you really affect the outcome of the game? Mm-hmm. But maybe you got a penalty in that one. You could have a negative score.
Sure.
So there is, every single player can receive them, but also things like, say somebody gets a penalty. You got pulled on it. You get partial, minute amount of points back because that was out of your control. But the person who received the penalty is penalized in their ranking because they affected a negative outcome on their team. So everything is just trying to do individual player rankings and, how far did your team go in the event? That matters. Mm-hmm. But also, how much of your team's points did you play? So now that goes onto a sliding scale in the algorithm based off the amount of points you played for your team and how much did you affect the outcome of your team's placing. So we're trying to give a true, authentic, individual scoring for each player as best we can. And the next parts of that, whether it be kills or just really fine-tuning each individual aspect of the game. Did you run and shoot? Did you not? Did you win a 2-on-1 to win the point? And finding now the parts of the game where it's like, well, you won a 2-on-5. You and that guy had some extra that you did for your team to win the point. Mm-hmm. How do we associate value to that? And so it's finding how to do that while not, we want a ceiling on the number.
Sure.
You set 200. Otherwise you're just like, he's just racking points and it becomes, somebody just playing a slot machine. So
yeah, it's tough too, because like adding value to each one of those things and like how much it weighs against the overall score. Because obviously if you're winning every single, if there's a guy that somehow odds just are in his favor where he just stacks up a bunch of 2-on-1 or 1-on-2 victories, and you're like, well, this guy's can't be beat. But how do we even quantify that? Like, let's just say he's good. It's this like hidden metric. But I just kind of overlaid a couple of the stat things that you guys have. Dude, you guys absolutely crush it with all these stats here. And like points played, like you're saying, point played. How many points did you play? I'm looking at Chavez right now from Atlantic City. Your win percentage, 60%, 47.5% point survival, 90% of him making it to his spot. His marker is up 85% of the time. 96.5% of the times he's played, he plays his team's points, so almost playing every single point. It's really cool to see all these finite details and like crazy the amount of work that goes into all this. Obviously, and Sam, you're just a wealth of knowledge with this stuff because I know you put a lot of work into this, but it's crazy to like think of all the behind the scenes stuff. Because one of the things we're just talking to Greenie about and just kind of educating the viewers and everything is like, this isn't easy to come up with this. Like even just making the graphics that you guys have, it's a process, right? Kyle, you make your graphics for Tigerware and all this other stuff. And so like that in and of itself, just to be able to produce content that people can digest is awesome and very much needed, right? And so I appreciate it and thank you for that. But like again, I want everybody just to kind of even maybe rewind it back a little bit after we're done with the show and just listen to the amount of information that they're and the data that they're collecting and how that's going into grabbing all these metrics and then figuring out that final overall score, because it's kind of mind bending. It's really cool, man.
It's if people saw like the algorithm and how it like we go through in the off season because we wanted one that everybody can be rated. I made a lot of them, just with different weightings, different adjustments to how we felt truly scored the player the best. And usually it is some way of taking last year's data and putting it against that algorithm and having to recall that event and go, how do you feel this kind of like says that player played in comparison to how you saw it go down? And it's like you have 5 different ones and you're looking at a list of players and you're like, these fall in line. Like it's all new. So it's like right now it's just a collective of even somebody like Moorhead being like, does this feel right when you look at it? Because there is no thing to look at that's been previously made for us.
There's no precedence.
Yeah. So like it's hard, but it's like, I don't know, when I was starting, I wish I had this. Like I wish, especially something like 7-man, I think this would have been the most ideal thing for 7-man. Like where it was way more quantifiable. And something for like Mike Greenie, like that would have been, his stuff would have been even easier. And it's like, that would have been a great kickoff for all this stuff. But right now with the format we play, it's like, we're doing what we got, guys. We only have so many hours in the day. We all have real jobs.
Right.
This is for a thing of passion for all of us to enjoy with each other. And honestly, that's all fantasy sports are. It's a talking point for Disney to have another television show for you to sit in front of to talk about numbers that aren't even the real game. And that's like, we all enjoy that. So it's like, we want to give that to people.
Dude, this is it's sweet, man. And I'm gonna share your Instagram. Do you got right now so people can kind of check it out in the meantime on Paintball Stats. Just scrolling around on there, it's very visually pleasing. And again, like you said, it's digestible information. Like you can look at this and be like, oh wow, oh this is cool. You know, I get this. This makes sense. Here's their scores. What's the scores based on? Well, here it is. Here are the metrics. How many people do you guys have? Because you guys are boots on the ground. So you guys are at the events checking all this data and these stats. So how many players do you guys, or how many people rather, are on the team that do all this?
So we have a couple of different levels of stuff that we actually use. It's more than just people on the ground. And that's something that we're currently working to advance. So there's some things that are changing within our production model currently. And I want to bring back to like something that Sam touched on about how we got to this point. Like, remember, Paintball Stats went public about 24 months ago, but we've been keeping this data since 2015 and then evolving this. I know I worked with Alex and them over at Great American Paintball, you know, and there's an article coming out, but it kind of explains where we went. And for people that are in the pro league and have known me, like we first started with just paper and pen like everybody else. And I used to carry around a printer, like a physical printer when I was on damage, and I'd print out the reports and give them to them. We went from there to, I don't know if you guys remember that big magnetic board I used to carry around. Right. I used to put magnets all over them. And then we went to the magnetic board, and then we finally got somebody that was able to help us write a computer program, and we evolved through that to where we are today. And we're continuing to evolve as a company. But like Sam said, like we both have real jobs. We both do things, 9 to 5. And this is a passion project for us. We know that we're not going to get rich off this. That concept is very difficult. We talked with different people last year about bringing on financial support through outside paintball, and just the complexities of the league really disincentivize the commercial market to come in. So it's been a
they hate making money, or at least we hate making money.
Yeah, we're really bad at it as a group of people, but it's been an exciting thing. We love doing it. We're going to continue to do it. somebody asked us recently, like, why don't we post like our posting schedule? And me and Sam's posting schedule is whenever Sam and I get around to posting stuff and doing it. We like the stats are done at the end of the event. It's just whenever Sam and I have time. Sam and I actually work together in real life, so we spend probably 40 to 80 hours a week together, either direct or connected. So it's a lot, but we really enjoy it.
Well, that's actually a great little segue too, because Junior and BFP Gear were kind of talking about it. So we have every team has their statisticians, right? We got stat takers, or not every team has it actually, which is crazy. But one of the things that we were talking about, actually, we talked about this a while ago when you guys were kind of putting out the graphics and all this stuff, and thought it was really cool. But like, one way of monetizing it, what about selling the data? Would you guys ever, if you're collecting it all in real time, is there a way to grab a team and be like, hey, look, guys, for $100 a match, or $100 a day, or 100 whatever, 500, $1,000, whatever, call it, put a price tag on it. You will have access to the back end stats keeping. So, I mean, and you guys could literally have it on every field at some point in time, and get your stat people out there and be like, you guys want the Bloomberg terminal? Like, it's going to cost you, $500K.
Yeah, so we actually tried it with the Pro Division when we first came out in 2024. It was really difficult. And I pitched this privately to like Joey Balut, a few other coaches at the time. We gave them like a little pitch deck to like kind of give our concepts and get feedback from people that we trusted, right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, like, you guys have Junior, you have a system. Right. Houston Heat, we have a system. Damage has a system. Everybody I mean, Kyle, I imagine you have a system, right? Like, so like the problem is integrating those systems to work efficiently within the program that you've created. We haven't gotten to the point where we have like this unified Microsoft network of, hey, this is how stats are taken. Sure. Here's how we use the data and we produce it, and then we execute on the field with it. We're not there as a sport. I would say we're probably 5 to 10 years from being able to do that. If we went and licensed our software out to everybody, I think that would be something more advantageous. But I'll tell you right now, Randy Smith would have a fit if I licensed the software out to somebody at this point. I think he keeps me around just so that it's not licensed out.
Sure. Yeah, like one thing I always say, or I would say to that one bit of argument, like, just to be the bad guy here, is like, listen, this is the lucky headband scenario, right? This is is your system working? That's the best way to look at it. Yeah. Because everybody's got a great system. It's pay a shitload of money for players and then cross your fingers. And that doesn't always work. Right? No. So, like, I could say that our system is good, but it could obviously use more. Right? I could say PB Fit has a pretty decent system that they figured out. The Russians have a great system. But if you're not winning events either consistently or at least every single year, then there is something wrong with the system. And it could be numerous things. It could be the fact that you don't keep stats well, or maybe you keep them too well. You don't have an idea of how to break things down. Maybe you just don't have the right players that are going to be mixing into the system. But that is all also could be defined by a myriad of different stats. Like you said, like, the back guys, and actually Greenie had mentioned this too, is like, just because a guy doesn't have any kills doesn't mean that he's not good. He could be holding a lane the entire time. He could be high on your survivability ranking or high on X, Y, and Z ranking. And if you have these stats in the off season, I could go onto your profile. Dude, I love how that camera it knows that it's just you there.
It's the new one.
You could go onto your system and say, hey, look, like, these are the pieces of the puzzle that I need. And just like other pro sports, it's not like they're just going out there because this guy's the most popular, he's the best at this one thing. You need guys that are good at a myriad of different things, and you need to plug them into a system that you believe works, right? So if you have the stats, you might not want the top 10 guys in the world to play on your team, according to stats. But you do need a couple of top guys from specific categories. And that's why I think your guys' program could be well. And maybe even as like an off season, maybe you're doing it in the wrong spot. Maybe don't do it in the pro league. Maybe do it in the semi-pro or the D2 leagues, because then it'll tell what pro teams guys should, like what guys, what players in the divisional side should be pulled up to the next division. Like as pro teams, like who should we look for? Are we just incestual, or should we go, hey, that kid on Wrecking Crew has insane stats and insane numbers, and this is the position that he's in. That's kind of, again, like our whole goal with the combine, and especially if you combine it with that, like look at how fast he is. He's great shooting off the break, really good at running and shooting. Snap shooting scores are great. And then I'm looking at his survivability. How many points does he play? That'll tell me his stamina is good or not. Off the break survival's 100%. Like you combine all these stats, and then I use it as a scouting tool more than anything else, rather than our pro guys. I mean, obviously we all want to see what's going on. It's the easiest, most fun to relate to, but like this is the absolute best opportunity for divisional players to like pull guys up or get recognized. I think that's a cool way, to do it. Maybe someone should hire you guys to like
Derek Welts.
What's that?
Derek Welts, owner of the Sea Dog. He actually does all the stats for the OPL. So at his OPL events, they do all this. He actually introduced me to a stat that I'd never thought about last year that I was like, we got to start using this, kind of looking at this. And it's average depth position.
Average what?
Depth position.
Okay.
Well, if you're the back center guy dying first, we got to talk.
Right. So
things like that like we haven't evolved at, which you've been playing pro forever. And is that a stat team's ever kept?
Interesting.
Like, you'd be looking at some of your guys going, you got to have a conversation. You're the second dead and you're the back center guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is actually, for some reason, looking back, we're putting you in every point. What's going on here?
Yeah, so we incorporated that this last year, and it'll come out in our 26 stats. So where you start, where you die, will be a variable that'll be added in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the heat maps that you guys that you use, where it's like you kind of like have a section of the field and it kind of highlights all the bunkers with the stats on each one of those. It's really cool, man. What you guys, the depth and the data that you guys provide is pretty impressive and really cool.
Which I gotta give a lot of that credit to our graphic guy. We're like, he's amazing at what he does, world class.
Sick.
And he makes it digestible,
right,
for the average user, like to look at it and be like, how do we do this overlay? Okay, I'm gonna make it like this. And it's like, he makes beautiful things, and if you don't have that, it's like, what good is it if somebody can't understand what they're looking at?
For sure.
So it really did help us a lot.
I'm trying to pull up so you just don't have it on. Oh, you know where it is? It's on like the second slide of a lot of the players.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Second slide.
Okay. Yeah. How do I go over?
That arrow.
Ryan, one thing.
No, go back on the picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ryan, one thing that you said about the divisional teams and using it as a developmental tool, that is actually a really great idea. And I'm going to give credit to Jason Edwards. I know I comment on him a lot about this, but he said in 3 years, once this is accepted, like the ranking system, people are going to get paid, fired, and traded based on what their rank is, like how well of a player they are over a season. So as statistically for the team, like how a team plays in a singular game or a match, isn't really going to be affected that much by the statistics that we put out, but your value as a player is going to be higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody wants to purchase you, which that's what we're all here to do and get bought.
Not me. I actually hate making money, and I love turning down big offers to play for no money at all. So,
now
talking to the wrong guy. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Now that you have started the new program,
but pump my stats up so I can keep turning down offers.
Yeah. Well, now that you've started your new program, the
Dyna Nuggets, you got me too.
Everybody,
I sent it to you on the Instagram.
Everybody contact Ryan and Kyle Berry. They're going to be starting a U16 team with the help of Anthony from Boston Paintball.
Mm-hmm.
The Dyna Nuggets.
The Dyna Nuggets are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and it's going to help power not only paintball moving forward, but it's also going to be powering Dynasty's future as well, both financially and player ability wise. So we're really actually excited. Sam, that was actually a fantastic idea. I went over there to ask if they were ready to play because we were constantly waiting on them over the weekend. And we got to talking about a youth team, and he goes, "You should call it the Dino Nuggets." Yeah.
And I'm just saying,
it was a great idea.
It writes itself, and I mean, Entourage had a very long history.
Mm-hmm.
Many players go on for amazing careers.
Mm-hmm.
We got to relive it.
We got to
through the Nuggets.
Free the Nuggets. That's a great name. And you did that. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna get my daughter on that team too when she's in, because she loves dinosaurs, and it's just
the young fans.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, that's it. I love it.
The dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs. Yeah.
Pretty advanced too.
Pretty advanced too. Well, yeah, man. I appreciate you guys coming on. I think, dude, it's mind blowing the amount of data that you guys are collecting, and how you guys are putting it into perspective in, like you said, a very digestible way. I hope that as you guys continue to do all this, it doesn't go, rewarded, because I think that there's gold nuggets in a lot of it, like pretty much all the data that you guys have and these stats, and I think it's going to be very, very helpful. I just hope that paintball in general stops being so cheap. Not cheap to play, but cheap spending money on things that will help you win, because that's what it comes down to, right? Everybody wants to win. Everybody spends $2,000 on their paintball gun. They build the ultimate Pro Flex for another $1,000, and then they got all this stuff, and then they're like, I want the cheapest paintballs that I can shoot, and I don't want stats, and I kind of want to show up a little hungover. If I can do all that.
I had some cheap paintballs just when I was just doing drills a couple hours ago.
Doesn't work.
Not fun.
Not fun, dude.
Not fun.
No.
Talking about making money, if anybody's looking for Dynasty stats this weekend, reach out to us on our Instagram. We can tell you exactly where Ryan died in every point.
It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be hard to track, I think.
I know there's one bunker you don't want to go to, because we heard about it.
Yeah.
The tower?
What do you mean? You guys shot me in the back from it a bunch of times.
Is it the Dorito Tower?
It's just like ran up the center. Yeah, the wedge. All three of the center spots. That was like the test dummy. I was the guy like, hey, let's just check it out.
You should have tried the fourth one. The pin.
The pin? No, I didn't go to the pin. I'm not playing the pin. Yeah, we heard about it. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. I look forward to seeing what you guys continue to produce. Again, the graphics are next level, and the stats and everything that you guys are showing everybody. You guys are watching this. This is Pat, and these guys are from Paintball Stats. I put the link up. And Sam. Sorry. Pat and Sam from Houston Heat. Everybody knows Sam. They're like, is he have a mullet? I was like, yes. Does he have a sick mustache? Yes. These are all the comments. I don't know if you guys can see them. Paintball Stats, and you guys can see all of it. Very well dressed. And he's probably wearing flip-flops that look like bass.
Yeah, we got the bass fit.
They're bass, right?
Yeah, Chad George's wedding last week, so I
you haven't changed. And I like that you guys have a homeless encampment out in the back. It's very nice of you guys to house the people who
the homeless.
The homeless people.
Why we can't take paintball stats further? We got a homeless people.
I think they're watching. They all got their hats on. Donate here.
They're behind us.
I'm just hoping we probably have to go soon before they start mooning us and get us kicked off of YouTube, because that is inevitably coming here shortly. But again, thank you guys very much. And then where does everybody find you? Just in case I didn't share the right link.
Just paintball_stats on Instagram.
_stats. That's you guys. All right, and I was showing it while we were going on here. So yeah, check them out on Instagram. And then really cool stuff, dude.
Yeah, and we'll have the rest of the Midwest Open stuff will be out this week. We got up to 41 as of today.
Damn.
The rest of them will come out in a couple days, and before the event starts, and we'll go from there. And maybe you guys will see some 3-man action. I know ESPN stuff we're gonna put out after the event, and then we are putting out possibly 3-man for this.
That one was tough.
Yeah,
that was tough. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, guys.
I'll see you in a couple days. Later, guys. All right. Very cool. So neat to see a couple different perspectives on the stats and stat keeping and stat stacking, and and all that stuff. I mean, what they're doing, I mean, just listening to what Sam was saying in that first little bit about how they're collecting those stats is kind of mind-blowing to a certain extent. And I mean, if this were any other sport with major networking or money or sponsorship backing, like, that would be incredibly valuable. Well, it is incredibly, but that would be like actually monetarily valuable information that they have, and those guys would be two very wealthy people. Unfortunately, we're in paintball, and and obviously, oh no, dude, I don't need that stats. Have it with the NYX. I don't need your stats. Yeah, we got a system. You know what I mean? Like, that's the funny thing about those sort of things. I remember Kyle Berry's Lucky Headband.
No,
you don't remember that story?
No.
When he used to wear that big fat
thing, the leopard
and the leopard print bunkered king thing
leopard
that went over the top of his, like, it was like a what are those, spoiler on a Porsche.
I think it said you got to get a new headband.
Like, what's wrong
with this one?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, that thing is just hideous. And he's like, it's my Lucky Headband. I was like, what luck has it given you? Huh? So I mean, like, at some point in time, you got to be realistic with what's going on. You know, like, you got to be like, this isn't working. Yeah. Maybe the stats that they're collecting could help me. Mm-hmm. Here you go, Pat and Sam. Here's a crispy hundo. Let me get some stats, or $1,000 or whatever it costs. I don't know. But certainly, stats are super important. I mean, you do such a good job with yours when you're coaching teams.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It helps me out a lot.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Get them stats. Speaking of stats, speaking of crispy hundos, we got more for you guys. We're not done. We've got, and I'm pulling it up right now, move of the event from Ohio. We've got 2 winners that we're gonna announce right now. They don't know. No one knows. And Pate Smith from Pate Smith Law is an awesome human being who not only navigates the perils of your legal, I don't want to call them adventures, but legal troubles. If you guys are trying to work on an insurance claim specifically, and importantly about any natural disasters, especially if you guys are in one of those hurricane states, in those tornado states, in those gigantic golf ball hail states or softball hail states, and your property is damaged and you need to figure out if you need to strike up a claim with the insurance company, he's your guy. He does all those claims, but he also kind of gives you advice for free on whether or not it's worth it.
Probably a couple laughs.
And he's a funny dude. He's a fun dude. And if you're a paintball player, he hooks it up. And speaking of which, he also, which he doesn't have to do this, but puts up his own money to sponsor move of the event for both the prelims and Sunday. So we've got a couple of videos queued up right now. Video
Bill's
number 1 is sideways. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. Where's the little guy that?
It's
there's like a little. There it is. There it is. So we're gonna queue this video up right here. It came in for some reason. So we've got our first winner of the show here.
Prelims. Friday.
And this is the prelims event. Let's go ahead and put it up like this and that. So our first winner here is I think it's $500 and $1,000
sets to work with here with Tyler.
I believe so.
Focused on the
Drew Bell.
So yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. He's got a little space of movement here before he runs into Zach's gun.
And he just took a look at the clock, so Drew definitely understands the situation here.
Sick little ghosting move right here.
Mikey completely focused on the sideline. Now Mikey's gonna actually get up on his knees, more susceptible to bounce.
Oh man.
Exists from these angles
2 minutes
right now, and then Ripple makes his move into Impact Doritos.
Logging Zach out there, trying to look for that.
I mean, there's guys on the other side of the field, right?
I believe so. He's using that pin.
Zach, and now he's going to get the shot on Zach. He had to commit past the pin to do it. Mikey asking for a check as well, too. Might be Drew Bell.
Ooh.
Repack. This is probably going on the list.
Got them both right at the same time.
Mikey said, come check me.
Booyah! Oh, yeah, I did see this. Oh, gosh. You're too old to be planting on that leg right there. Please don't do that, sir.
I think that I was going to say that is a 5-pack.
Oh.
That was it?
Oh, it was over.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it. I was like, wait a minute, what? I just moving something around. D-side. Oh, Joel Hayward, shout out, giving up some memberships. Don Lapwig, how much does this cost per month? I don't know what that is in reference to. If it is the paintball stats stuff, That is all free. They provide all that stuff for free. Next move. Let's go move of the yep, this one right here. Okay. So next move is this is move of Sunday. This is in the elimination round.
Matt Jackson.
Matt Jackson.
So what I was
gonna boost it up though, right?
Sorry.
This move, the player.
I thought you didn't
5-pack versus the Ironman in the wild card round. Let's play it right now.
So on the breakout here.
So
yeah, 2.5 minutes. Ironman go up the middle with Tom Guest, and looks like X Factor's gonna match.
We'll go over Drew's here a second after this, but this is
comes up here.
Pat's got to be careful here.
Matt Jackson on the other side.
He's gonna try to put that Aztec in and roll around to trade out.
Look at this. So I just want to point one thing out. Let's go back just a couple of seconds here. Look at on the top of your screen. You've got someone that's probably, who do you think that is, standing up over the top of that thing, looking the exact same way as Pat. You see right there, over both bricks are looking the exact same way. So my guess. Oh, and then the wedge goes up, all looking the same way. Everybody's looking Dorito way. All three of them. You see there's a pack up there in the corner. Over the Hertz bunker, you see another head, and then PK. So my guess is, I didn't see this point, but I'm guessing he's going to run right through here.
Everyone is big-bodied up out of their spots. It's a 5-on-5 situation, but
now we got a little bit of variance here.
Mike.
Yeah, really nice development quickly into the Snake 3, now into the Dorito 2. Never mind, Fuzzy shot him. Kraft definitely.
He's in such a bad spot right now.
On the other side of that bunker. Down a body, though, don't like a trade. Fuzzy knows he loves a trade. Never mind, he's going to get 3. Make it, might be hit on his inside, but maybe not.
No, Fuzzy Jackson here with a massive move, protecting his 2-point lead.
If
that
backwards.
went the Ironman's way, we'd have a game, but Jackson handling business. Couple
right
kills.
Here, too. I think another person
now he's posted up
maybe
on
catches here.
50-yard line wedge. And head checking the clock real quick. I know he's actually head checking the D side to make sure there's no one that way so he can go across and live. He's actually going to continue his forward progression. No concession from the Ironman. And now we're going to see a concession.
Sick move.
Down by 3,
and then what was the score right here? We'll bring this one down. So it was 3-1. So that really puts the, as Maddie says it, coffin nail.
So we give away $1,000 courtesy
nail
of
coffin nail
on Sundays.
That's how Maddie says it. One thing I just want to point out too. So Matt, you are $1,000 richer. Or maybe it's 10,000. What does Pate give? Pate, are you watching this? Is it $10,000 you're giving Matt, or is it $1,000? I kind of forgot. No, $1,000 richer. Also, Drew Bell, you are, I believe, $500 richer. Do not. You guys are getting paid, but just there's some fine print in here that says we're not 100% sure exactly what it is. I do believe that World Cup is $5,000 for the Sunday move of the event, which is huge. I remember this because Marcelo won at one time, and then he ordered at dinner extra seafood towers, and I said, I think we have enough, and he goes, I'm rich, I'll pay for this one. And I was like, all right, he didn't. Marcelo, I'm just, not like I'm counting or anything like that, but you still owe Dynasty for the extra seafood tower World Cup in 2024.
The one where like everyone would split the bill, so Oliver would just order like
what's the one? It's every time you go out to eat with Oliver. That's how it works with Oliver, is just he orders a bunch of food, oysters, caviar, martinis, yeah. And you're sitting there with a chicken sandwich, and he's like, "Stop being so cheap." I'm like, I didn't eat oysters, or I didn't have 6 appetizers, 2 desserts. How do I, like, my meal was $13. Why am I gonna pay $180? Like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Oh man,
that's Oliver. Marcelo actually has the same exact story. When Marcelo was like, dude, he did that to me in Vegas. Marcelo was like, back when he was broke and had he was just scraping by to be a pro player, and he ordered went to a really fancy place in Vegas, and he's like, man, I can't afford this. He ordered the chicken Alfredo or something from $27, and Oliver's like, all right, everybody, $90 each. The White Cloud experience. And you guys can experience the White Cloud experience by going out to Bali and going out to
Luckily, it's cheaper out there.
It is cheaper out there. They'll still get you.
Yeah.
They'll still get you. They'll still figure out a way. So, what a great... This is a cool show. Dude, we had multiple guests, couple moves of the event. People made money.
We broke the field layout down a little bit.
We broke the field
Watched
layout
some
down. You
paintball.
guys got to see the garage, even though I'm very embarrassed. I hope Camille doesn't watch the show because she's going to be very angry with me. And Little G from the Beam, you better not get rid of that spam.
Ronnie, some nudity.
We showed nudity, huh?
I think it was in the background when we were on.
Oh, yeah, you got that. I mean, we could go for 10 out of 10, and I can just inject those the peptides that I've got right now just to see if we can really break all the rules.
Luckily, I think we got past the AI, YouTube's AI, because we're still live.
We're still live, yeah. And I've had these paintball guns in the background here the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Where are these bugs coming from now? What's happening? You've been spilling energy drinks on the ground in here?
Hope. Right. I needed one.
Don't we have any more?
I don't know. I didn't look. I can't get over there.
Good point. Good point. Watch out. There might be some mouse traps and who knows what's over there.
Cat might be in
there. There could be a cat. There used to be an opossum that lived right up here.
Yeah, Doc. I don't know what Ryan did with the zapper.
I brought it into the house because we needed heavy artillery in there because the kids have been they like the magnets.
Spilling energy drinks.
We got the magnet screen thing so the kids and the dogs can go through them. Well, they like to put the magnet onto the metal surface like the trash can, and so then they leave it open, and then they're just pissing on the ground and stuff like that. Like, and so flies are just ripping everywhere. To be completely honest, like I took their diapers off yesterday, and Miles came up screaming. He's like, "Ha ha!" and he kept like swatting at his butt. I'm like, "Oh no, he must have got bit by something." Well, there's just a turd hanging out that he didn't know what it was, and so he had crapped on the ground. And then he was just cruising, and he's like, "Ah ah!" And then I don't know. I guess it was just kind of hanging out.
Jeez.
So anyway, if you guys need any parenting advice, I got you guys there also. But we're gonna go ahead and ship some of these out. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Nuggets first practice. We're thinking maybe 2026, 2027. Oh yeah, we got the two twins. I forgot about it. Thanks, Mario. I forgot we had that on there. As a reminder, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the show, liking the show, and watching for as long as we've been on. We've got a ton of this 258 episodes that we've been on, and that's quite a lot. I think I might be off on that number.
258.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean,
but maybe.
Well, we might be like at 290.
Right, with all the other ones.
With
yeah.
the Facebook.
Good point. But yeah, anyway, we got all y'all watching the show for this long. We tricked everybody to keep tuning in, and we really appreciate all that and all the support. We appreciate everybody who is a member of the show. We're just going to spin the wheel for you guys to give you guys give some things away. We've got a ton of stuff, and as a matter of fact, Quinn from Iconic Paintball actually gave me a couple of Greenspan jerseys. Just randomly, he printed some. I'm not sure who. He just kind of made them. But we'll give some of those away. Chris Sawtell won as a Boat Squad member, the best of all time member. Won a Kyle Spicka jersey on the last show. I'm going to bring that to you, Chris, next week. And we've got a ton of other stuff. I'm going to be doing a Boat Squad giveaway. I've got a lot of Proflexes here. The ones over here have not been released yet, somewhere over here. And we're gonna get those. We've got a 15 poster going to go to a mega member. This is courtesy of Dan Napoli. There are 25 of those posters made. They're like silk screen posters. It's not like just this sounds like something's about to go down here. All right. we were about to be visited by little poopers.
It sounded like he got even more upset when he can't get
in. He's pissed. He wants to be in here. They want to be in here because they know that the bike's
lots
here.
Of trinkets.
I take them on the bike. There's lots of things to play with. They smash the drums around because that makes noise. I mean, look at how cool it is in here. Imagine if you were the size of a baby, and all this is just this big, like everything's kind of cool.
Stuffed jungle.
We should make that as like a play place. The stuffed jungle. Just kind of like it's like playing in the dump.
Yeah. Instead of like vines, it's just like lights, like Christmas lights, old Christmas lights hanging and like wires, electric wires,
and just like old file cabinets, like stuff like big ones, right?
Rusty things.
Maybe like not rusty because that might be a liability, as if not the other stuff.
They'll sign waivers.
Oh, of course they will. What was I thinking? They'll sign waivers. Don't worry about my Google ads here, guys. So let's give away a couple. We'll just get a couple of random prizes here. We got NECTR going into everybody's stuff. We got a couple Gen X pods. These ones are actually kind of cool. They're printed with the Gen X. And these are actually, I think they're kind of, at this point, collectibles. Because, yeah, look at this one. Yeah. Sergio. Yeah. GXG, proud supporter of the show for quite a while now, actually. And then yeah, we're gonna have a great show next week too, because we're gonna be talking about how
it's been a long time since we had a tournament.
It's been a long time. Chris Powers.
It's almost like a mid-season, off-season.
I know. And then immediately following the event, we've got a weekend off, and then it's Decay of Nations, Dynasty Champs Club. If you guys are members of the Dynasty Champions Club, we've got a killer gift coming to you guys in the next couple of weeks. And then quarter 4 for the Dynasty Champions Club, signups will be at the end of this month, and the gift is sick. It's probably going to be our best gift that we've ever given.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Like
nice.
ever. It's a collab. It's a collab.
All right.
And it's big. And it's
don't give too much away.
It can be used in everyday life or for paintball.
Oh, nice.
You can use it wherever you want.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think there's also going to be a collectible item thrown in.
Don't spoil it. Because I realized too when we were talking about Superman, we didn't say it. Just so you know, if you haven't seen it, we're going to talk about all
if you haven't seen Superman Pocket Universe, that makes sense. They use that a lot in that one, Pocket Universe, just because it makes sense. God, that movie it just kept getting more and more disappointing.
The dog made it like watchable.
Yeah, but like, how crappy does a movie have to be of that scale to have to add something like, oh, well...
Or a couple additions. The assistant.
We talked about the assistant. Yeah, she was...
Daily Planet.
The Daily Planet
journalist.
Assistant was... It was all...
And they had that girl from The Last of Us.
That's who that was.
Yeah. You recognize her?
Hot girl?
Yeah. The hot girl.
The hot girl came around at the end, chasing the guy.
Green Lantern's haircut.
Well, that was meant to be like that. Like,
yeah,
that was like,
I assume
that was part of the shtick. But like when she flew through that building at the end and was like, come on, like you weren't screeching like that at all the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, this is gonna be bitching, like the crescendo of the movie while she comes in and the team up.
Yeah.
All right, Dan Napoli is going to be giving away one of these 15 posters. Again, we're going to give away to one of the Champs Club, and it's pretty cool. There's only 25 made, only 10 left for sale, and 3 of which I'm going to be giving them away. So
you're pushing them.
I'm pushing it. They can hear me. Mega member's going to get this. I'm going to do 2 mega members. You know what? We're going to give away a headband to a mega member.
I need to go grab them.
The kids? Yeah, open it up. We can come in here. You guys want to see the boys? Oh, AJ Lords.
Nice.
Yeah. Getting a 15 poster. Dude, cashing in. And again, just as a reminder to everybody, we want to I appreciate all your support. All of everybody. Oh, Jenny Colley, I told you. Look at that. I'm opening up her package right here from last week, and we're going to add a headband to this one. So Jenny, big winner, back to back.
They ran after I was there.
They did, huh?
Yeah, so I guess it worked.
Again, everybody, thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking the show. Everybody who is a show member and a supporting member of the show, we really appreciate it. That is, you guys are all the reason why we keep tuning in, and we want to make sure we give you guys some sweet prizes and keep giving you guys cool stuff. And congratulations to our winners. AJ Lord getting that 15 poster, getting one of the last 10, 25 all total made, but one of the last 10 that he has in stock. Sergio, Chris Powers, Hostility are all going to grab some sweet prizes from back here. And Jenny Colley, I'm going to open up your package right now, and I'm going to add a HORMESIS headband into here. I want to thank... Actually, I got one more Mega Prize because I forgot about the jersey. I'm going to do one more Mega Support status winner. Right now is gonna be... You're gonna get a jersey. Let's go jersey. Jersey.
Tyler
Hansen. All right, everybody.
That's it.
We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Good luck.
On the webcast or at Paintball Stats or at Pick'em Paintball. Sorry. I've been coughing a lot lately.
Yeah, Joe.
Let those boys in here.
Those babies.
Let's get those babies in here. Oh, baby.
Hey, baby.